Hi guys, Mariahbstory here again. It's been a minute, and today I'm working on another commission piece for you guys, where I was paid to make it into a video and talk about the characters. This is for a client I've already worked with, who is actually, client is a weird word to use because she's one of my best friends. She is Mariah Currey, the creator of Rainy Daydreams, which you see there in that little sliver on the left there. She did ordered a commission that I did another video for back before I offered videos as a, do you want a video? That can be part of the commission. So, yeah. Also, I had offered one character and like almost no background, like a really simple background, and she was like, can I pay you a little bit more and get more? And I was like, okay. So at this point in the commission we are talking, which is, she's telling me stuff to change, aka notes from the commissioner notes. So recording the video was interesting because I was like talking to her about all sorts of things because we're buds, and just like trying to record the video and not include so many pauses, because when you pause while you're drawing, it shows up in the video, so it's a little harder to edit. I don't know. It's fine. So yeah, that's what was going on with this. So this character is wait for it. Aldus. I'm pretty sure that's how she wants me to pronounce it, but my accent, what I hear in my head when I read Aldus is Aldus. Y'all. A names get butchered by me. Aldus or Aldus? Or Aldus. Yeah, that last one is what comes out when I speak too fast. So yeah. Aldus. He, him pronouns. And his daughter. Oh Lord, I forgot the girl's name. The daughter's name. Rose or something. I don't know. Anyway. I'll look it up later. So, Aldus is sort of elf-like. He's supposed to have pointy ears and fluffy hair, but he's also not fully an elf. Some of the creatures in Mariah Currey's Rainy Daydreams are kind of more invented. Like there's a vampire who's also sort of like Frankenstein in the fact that he was created in a lab, like Frankenstein was. Oh wait, Frankenstein's a monster, not Frankenstein himself. Yeah, see, I don't know this stuff. And anyways, there he is over there in the corner there. Aldus's thing is that his species can shift sex, so they can be like primarily a dude and go by he, him pronouns, and then sometimes go through a cycle of being still he, him pronouns, but with a feminine body and the parts to match. So that's Aldus's daughter that he gave birth to. And his wife is a massive pink lady, like way big, like muscular, and she's a boss. We haven't seen her very much in the comic yet. I am a fan of Rainy Daydreams, and I would let you know. So yeah, so their daughter has 4 eyes like the mom, or like Aldus's wife. that's what that's about. So Rainy Daydreams is like gothic, slash fantasy, slash whimsy. Yeah. Like, I love the aesthetic. Like, the characters can dress more modern-like, but just the overall feel of everything is like Mariah when I was an emo or goth in middle school. So I get to use my curly cues, and I get to put baggy clothes and braids and cool symbols, and like that stroller is not referenced at all. I don't have any idea if that stroller would even work in real life. Does it roll? I don't know. Does it tip backwards? Quite possibly. But it looks Victorian, right? It looks kind of gothic. That's the point. So here I am doing Aldus's magic hand. He lost his arm in this great war thing that happens before the narrative of Rainy Daydreams starts. So that's one of the cool things about Rainy Daydreams, is like it's kind of the aftermath of a big war, and this regular human girl from our world, from our dimension, kind of gets stuck in the nameless world, which is this alternate kind of reality, alternate world on the other side, right? And she slowly gets to learn about this war that took place, and her this witch, retired hero who takes care of her, this human, is like this badass, but we just see her kind of like tired and chilling, like she already saved the world, and she's got to deal with the emotional fallout of that. And part of it is kind of having to do with this guy, Aldus, who was her friend who helped her in the war, you know. Aldus is a little sweetheart and brave, and, you know, a little smaller when they were kids dealing with this war. Well, young adults, I guess. Teenagers, maybe? There's a flashback that has them in high school, so they're like little babies. No, yeah. I love the flashback sequence because it's like magic school, and that's like, you know, my favorite thing, but it's done really well. It's done so well, you guys. Go read it. Okay, alright. Gotta get back on track. Where was I? Aldus. Okay, so after the war, which could have gone either way, you know, you kind of almost, we haven't seen a whole ton of the war, but I know, and it has been alluded to, that the villain is very sympathetic. Like, you kind of almost go, oh, she has a point, you know? So, that's cool. But it happened to go this way, and of course, history is written by the victors and all, so one of our victors, Aldus, becomes like the kind of head of security type person, or head of a task force or something to prevent the war from happening again, which this war was over the Nameless World's sun. Let that sink in for a minute. The sun in the Nameless World is constantly blocked out by clouds, and that's how come the aesthetic is achieved, and it allows for these creatures to survive. Like, vampires get to walk around in the daylight because daylight is very limited. That also means that our little human main character has to take vitamin D supplements. But don't we all, though? Don't we all? I do. Anyway. So the war was about this chick wanted to unblock the sun. And there are some creatures that would have benefited from that, so you're like, okay. But it also would have killed a lot of people, which is not okay. There's some delusion going on in there, I think. Some god complex type things going on in there. Of course, all this is in the past, and it's gradually revealed, so I hope I'm not spoiling anything. But of course, we get some of this backstory in preparation for what's coming. Mwahaha. Anyways, I'm actually her patron on Patreon. Mariah Currey is also my patron on Patreon, so we get to see the behind the scenes stuff from each other a lot, and that's like, it's a fun thing. I enjoy watching things unfold and supporting artists. So I was thinking about Aldus's aesthetic here. Mariah had told me that, dang it, it's like a goth grunge type situation going on, but it's got a different name, but that's what it is. It's like gothic grunge and like witchy, but also kind of modern. The stroller looks sort of Victorian, but then Aldus's clothes are kind of modern. And then the baby, I just was like, can I make her look like a hobbit, please? Because I've been watching various cosplay / sewing YouTubers, and I have no style of my own, but I was just enamored by the hobbit style, and I was like, can I just dress this kid like an acorn, please? So I was given free rein to do that. Kid has pink hair though, so the coloring was a little, interesting. I don't use saturated colors a whole lot. And also, Rainy Daydreams is in black and white, so and grayscale. So I was like, I don't know. but this is what it ended up being. I really like this piece. I'm super proud of this piece, actually. It's one of my favorite things that I've done ever, outside of like comic book pages, which of course comic book pages, your goal is to make pages every week, so you don't spend all the time on it that I spent on this. Not that this took forever. I forgot what it was, like 9 hours? But I don't have 9 hours to spend on a single comic panel, so I got to sit there and like paint leaves, and it was great. And I just love this piece. It's like a Victorian Gothic sort of illustration with lots of details, but not too many details, because those flowers killed my hand. The repetitive motion with my hand is like, nope. There's Aldus again. Oh, I love Aldus, but in his role as the kind of leader of the army or whatever that he is, I guess we'll find that out soon, he might clash with one of my other favorite characters. Oh no! We'll have to see how that goes. If they do clash, I'm afraid I'm not gonna side with Aldus. I'm gonna side with the other guy. Oh no! Alright, you guys. That's enough fangirling for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you to my patrons. Real quick, I'm just gonna shout out Choop. Choop, if you're listening, I love your comments on Webtoons and Kickstarter, and thank you so much for supporting me. You just brighten my day, friend. Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Have an awesome day.